How much would you like to earn for one movie? $1 million? $10 million? How about $100 million? Some actors have earned tens, even hundreds of millions of dollars in fees, even though they were originally set to receive much less. How did they do it? Let's take a look at the smartest Hollywood contracts. And of course, it's not just actors. For example, Czech director Václav Vorlicek, who directed the 1973 fairy tale 3 Wishes for Cinderella, which airs on TV every Christmas in the Czech Republic, Germany, Norway, Spain, and other countries, received approximately $130,000 every year just for the film being broadcast. Today, let's take a look at actors who turned down a one-time paycheck and chose a different path. Not just the path of an actor, but also of a great businessman. Tom Hanks in Forrest Gump. Tom Hanks was originally supposed to receive a fixed fee of $7 million for Forrest Gump. However, as the studio faced financial issues during production, they reached an agreement with Hanks, who decided to take a percentage of the film's profits instead of a fixed salary. This turned out to be a genius move, as he ultimately earned between $60 to $70 million. Friends. The actors from the TV show Friends were earning around $20,000 per episode in the first season. But as they saw the show's growing success, they teamed up and negotiated much better terms. In the final 2 seasons, they were making over $1 million per episode. And that was more than 20 years ago. Does that sound like a lot? If so, listen to this. The show airs worldwide all year round, generating over $1 billion annually for Warner Brothers. Each of the main cast members receives 2% of that revenue, roughly $20 million per year. Jack Nicholson in Batman. Even though he was the movie's antagonist, Nicholson earned $60 million for his role, 12 times more than the film's hero, making him the highest-paid actor in the world at the time. Nicholson initially took a $6 million upfront fee, but made the majority of his earnings through a percentage of the film's box office revenue. Batman turned into a massive hit, grossing over $400 million worldwide, which netted Nicholson an additional $54 million. At $60 million, Jack Nicholson became the highest-paid actor, surpassing stars like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone, who were earning around $20 to $30 million per film at the time. Keanu Reeves in The Matrix. For the first Matrix movie, 1999, Keanu Reeves initially received a $10 million fixed salary. However, he had a share of the film's profits written into his contract, which turned out to be an incredibly smart move. With the movie grossing over $460 million worldwide, Reeves ended up making a total of $35 million. That means he earned an extra $25 million on top of his original paycheck, simply thanks to his smart contract. And that was just the beginning. His total earnings from the Matrix trilogy eventually reached $250 million, making him one of the highest-paid actors ever. On top of that, he reportedly donated about $75 million from his earnings to the production team, especially the special effects and costume departments, as a token of appreciation for their work. Not only did Keanu make a massive fortune, but he also proved to be a generous and classy guy. Rowan Atkinson as Mr. Bean. Rowan Atkinson didn't take a fixed salary like most actors. Instead, he secured ownership rights to the character of Mr. Bean. This means that every time Mr. Bean is aired, sold, or licensed, Atkinson gets a cut of the earnings. With Mr. Bean being broadcast in about 190 countries, the franchise, including the TV series, films, animated version, YouTube, and licensing, has earned over $1 billion. Atkinson continues to make passive income from it, far surpassing what he earned while actively playing the character. This is one of the smartest business moves in television history. Tom Cruise in Top Gun: Maverick. Tom Cruise is not just one of Hollywood's biggest actors, but also a brilliant businessman who knows how to negotiate the best deals. His contract for Top Gun: Maverick 2022 earned him hundreds of millions of dollars because he chose not to take a fixed salary, but instead a share of the movie's profits. Instead of a high upfront fee, he negotiated a lower base salary plus a percentage of the film's earnings. This ensured that the more the movie made, the more he would earn. His base salary for the role was just $12 to $14 million. By comparison, many A-list stars take a fixed $20 to $30 million. However, thanks to his profit-sharing deal, Cruise ended up making around $100 to $120 million, making him the highest-paid actor of 2022. Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. Robert Downey Jr. negotiated one of the most lucrative deals in Hollywood history for his role as Iron Man. Instead of taking a fixed salary, he secured a share of the profits, which ultimately brought him hundreds of millions of dollars. For the first Iron Man movie, 2008, he was paid just $500,000. However, after the film's success, he negotiated a percentage of the profits for every Marvel film in which he appeared as Iron Man. How was he able to negotiate such a deal? Simple. Downey was one of the key reasons Marvel didn't go bankrupt and became the face of the entire MCU. Without him, the films might not have been as successful. Johnny Depp in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Well, Jack Sparrow, isn't it?
Captain Jack Sparrow, if you please.
Johnny Depp's portrayal of Captain Jack Sparrow became a global sensation, turning Pirates of the Caribbean into one of Disney's most successful franchises. Initially met with skepticism, his unique performance proved to be a game-changer. Following the first film's massive success, Depp negotiated a profit-sharing deal for the sequels instead of a fixed salary. This decision paid off immensely. By the time On Stranger Tides 2011 was released, he earned around $55 million for that film alone. Over the course of the franchise, his total earnings exceeded $300 million, making him one of the highest-paid actors in Hollywood. Depp's smart contract negotiation ensured he profited long-term from the franchise's success. His financial success in the franchise is a prime example of how actors can leverage their star power and negotiate deals that reward them far beyond a standard salary. As we've seen, success in Hollywood isn't just about talent, it's also about smart negotiations and the courage to take risks. Actors who secured a share of the profits not only made massive fortunes, but also became part of cultural history. Which of these deals surprised you the most?